are live.
Good morning, Blue Dragons. It's another beautiful day, and the rain is coming down to feed the flowers and the trees. Ah, it's lovely. And today is the first day of the rest of your life. And what am I going to do that's different? Well, I've got some surprises for the Blue Dragons. So we're going to start with the Meridian Flow, and then we're going to end up with our Qi Cups and our Qi Balls. Qi Cups and Qi Balls. So we've done in the past reverse aging. So to do a quick recap of the reverse aging, we create some friction and generate some heat. And then we go down the edge of the nose 16 times. 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, on the front of the face, there's a little hollow, and you find that hollow, that is large intestine 20. And the large intestine and the lungs are paired. So the end of the large intestine goes right into the nostrils where the air goes. Now, halfway up the nose is what we call the nasal sinus. So this is the frontal sinus, this is the nasal sinus. Nasal sinus and frontal sinus. And so now we're going to do 16 circles. Now we're going to create some more friction. And now we're going to palm the eye. Now your eyes are closed and you want the center of the palm, which is called Lao Gong, to fit right over your eye socket. Now, if you don't feel heat coming out of your hands, then you didn't rub vigorously enough to generate the heat. There you go. And you hold that for about 10 seconds. Now, using your thumbs, you're going to go in the upper inner corner of the eye socket, and with your index finger, you're going to pinch the end of the eyebrow. Now, what that does is that gets the other sinus, and you're going to press and hold for about 10 seconds. And now with your thumbs, you're going to go in the center of the upper border, and you're going to pinch the center of the eyebrow. And you're going to hold that for about 10 seconds. And then with your thumb, you're going to press in. There should be a little ridge or notch there. And then you're going to pinch the end of the eyebrow, which is gallbladder 2, and you're going to press and hold that for about 10 seconds. This increases blood flow to the eyes, and it also increases the visual acuity. And now with the index finger, you're going to press down on the lower border of the eye socket, and you're going to press and hold for about 10 seconds. And now you're going to press on the tear duct, and you're going to press and hold for about 10 seconds. So, quick recap. We just did the nose, then the eyes. Now we're going to do insight, mental focus, intention, and will. Now, there are 6 senses. The 6th sense is ignored by Western medicine, and that 6th sense is insight or intuition. So now we're going to learn how to develop insight. So using friction, we're going to vigorously rub the sides of the head just above the ear. That's called the temporal lobe of the brain. And that friction is going to pull blood to that part of the brain. Then the back is called the parietal lobe. And the parietal lobe has to do with movement. And as we vigorously massage the sides and the back, we're increasing blood flow and blood oxygen to that part of your brain. Now you're going to make little hammers. And at the base of the skull, which is called the Occipital Ridge, the brainstem is in the center. And as you tap on the base of the skull, again, you're going to bring blood and blood oxygen to that area. Now, at the top of the brainstem is the pineal gland. So as we tap, we're creating an internal vibration that wakes up your pineal. So this is how we can actually stimulate the pineal gland. Now, there's something called the temple. You put your thumbs over the temple. This is called the sphenoid bone. The sphenoid bone is the bone that connects the forehead or the frontal bone. Now, if you press on that, it gives a little. That means it's hollow. There's a little space behind it. Your pituitary gland sits in a little cup right behind here. And the pituitary gland is called the third eye. So when you press here, the cerebrospinal fluid that lubricates your brain, when you press in, you create this movement of the cerebrospinal fluid. And using 3 fingers, you're going to pull apart your forehead. And we're going to do that 8 times. So you are literally flooding the pituitary. Now, the pituitary and the pineal, when they connect together, your crown opens up and you connect to source energy, and that is your insight. So we want to create friction, which increases blood flow. We want to tap the base of the skull, which increases cerebrospinal fluid. Now the center line, that sutura, the center line, is where the cranial pump is that manufactures cerebrospinal fluid. So as we tap the center line, we get the cranial pump to make more fluid. And then we tap the base of the skull, and then we pull apart the forehead. And when we do that, that helps us to develop the insight or the intuition. Now, the next part is hearing. So, again, we're going to rub our hands together. We're going to generate some heat from the friction, and now you're going to palm your ear. And you're going to hold it for about 10 seconds. Now, when we do this at the beach, the wind is blowing and it's hard to generate heat, but we're indoors today, so that's why we're doing something different. Now, we're going to rub our hands together, generate more heat, and now you're going to flap your ears forward, and you're going to press and hold for about 10 seconds. Okay, now the lobe of the ear is connected to, can you hear me, the ear chart?
Yeah.
The lobe of the ear is connected to the face, the head and the face. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
So, the lobe of the ear is connected to the face. This is the chest cavity. This is the cavum conchae, and the heart and lungs is in there. And then there's a little lip, and then there's another hollow that's called the cymba conchae, which is the abdominal cavity. And then there's another little lip, and then there's the triangular fossa, which is the pelvic cavity. So chest cavity, abdominal cavity, pelvic cavity. Now, we have this right here. This is called the scaphoid fossa, and that's the hands, arms, shoulder, and neck. And that goes down that way. And then here we have the spine, which is the low back, legs, knees, and feet. So that goes up, this goes down. And that's exactly what we're going to do to massage our ears. So we're going to pinch pull the lobe of the ear away from the face 30 times. I get chills through my body when I do that. Now you're going to put your index finger in the cavum conchae, and you're going to do 30 circles forward. And this is, now of course, if you're a lady and you have fingernails, it's going to hurt, so you're going to do it this way, okay? We don't go too fast because we want the heat and the friction to generate energy that goes into the ear, which then goes into the base of the brain, which is the visual spatial muscle cortex of the brain. Then there's that little lip, and then we're going to go back and forth 30 times in the abdominal cavity. And then there's another little lip, and then we're going to go up, and then is the pelvic cavity, and we're going to do 30 circles forward with the pelvic cavity. Now, the triangular fossa, we're going to start at the top with the allergy point, and we're going to massage down 10 times. And that is the hands, the arms, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, and the neck. So as we massage down the edge of the ear, we're massaging our arms. And we're going to go down to the lobe. We're going to stop at the lobe because we started with the lobe. And we're going to do this 10 times. I hope you're doing this with me and not just watching me. So that's 10 times down. Now using our thumbs, we're going to go up the back of the ear. Now here's the back of the ear, and this is literally the back of the spine. So using our thumbs, we're going to go up the back of the ear 10 times. Okay, now the side of the ear. Okay, are we getting a close-up of the side of the ear? And now this little flap here is called the tragus. And then in between the tragus and the little nipple at the top of the lobe is the intertragic notch. At the bottom of the intertragic notch is the neuroendocrine system. And the ear, the root of the ear, is connected to the neuroendocrine system, which controls the fascia, the muscles, the tendons, the musculoskeletal system, and most importantly, the interstitial fluid. And your body is 71% water. So now we're going to put our index finger in the intertragic notch, and then you're going to massage up the spine of the ear in the front. And we're going to do that 10 times. Wow. Now my ears are going, wah, wah, wah. So now, we're going to pinch pull the tragus, okay? The tragus is a little flap that covers the ear hole, and that's the hunger and thirst point and the adrenal glands. And Lord knows we all have excess yang adrenals because we're always struggling, fighting, trying to get to accomplish, and we're running out of time, and we're always running late and doing too much. And myself used to be in that category. That's how come I know it so well. So now we're going to pinch pull the tragus also 10 times. And now we have completed the ear. So do a quick recap. Create friction, cover the ear, create friction, bend the ear forward. Then we do the lobe. Then we do the cave. Then we do the second cave, which is the abdominal. Then we do the third, which is the pelvic. Then we go down the outside. We go up the back, and then we go up the inside. And then lastly, we do the tragus. So that's 10 parts to the ear. Now, previous students have gotten a copy of this. If the new students don't have a copy of it, connect with me and remind, and the new students will get a copy of this whole sequence. Now, if you do the ear every single day, it's like giving yourself an internal massage. It's like giving your whole body an internal massage. But there's way more healing aspects of the ear than just the ear massage. So we have a tool which we call a plunger tool, and I'll show you that tomorrow. And we can actually scroll around and find the tender points. And then we have ear magnets that we can literally put on the ear. And the magnets connect front and back. And then we can move those magnets around. So there's 60 acupuncture points on your ear that you can stimulate with magnets or electricity. So we have e-stim machines that we can actually clamp on the ear at different parts to stimulate flow of energy. So that is all the things that we can do with the ear. And if you turn your head sideways, the ear is like sonar, like a big sonar that connects to the world. Now, the next thing we're going to do is taste. Now, what is taste? Taste not only has to do with the taste buds on the tip of the tongue and inside your cheeks, but taste also has to do with smell. So taste and smell together is called flavor. So this is another reason why we do this whole thing every morning. Now, the lower jaw moves by itself. The upper jaw doesn't move. The lower jaw can get jammed up, which will create what we call an overbite. So we want to relax the jaw, and the way we do that is we just put our fingers on the masseter muscle, and for about 10 seconds, we just massage the muscles of the masseter, just to loosen that up. Now we're going to pluck the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So you're going to take your left hand, you're going to cross it over, you're going to hook your thumb under that muscle, and you're going to pluck. You've heard me say this hundreds of times. Go pluck your neck when you're mentally unfocused. Now, why would I say that? For one, the carotid artery is right in the middle of the SCM, and the carotid artery supplies 3/5 of all the blood to your brain. Also over here is the thyroid gland, and the thyroid regulates metabolism and body temperature. Now we do this 16 times. It should feel like guitar strings, like plucking guitar strings. However, in your case, it may be one big clump, okay? What we want to do is break up the stagnation. And I will show you a chart. I showed it to a patient yesterday, and he was amazed at all the muscles that are in your neck. Now, when you go to massage school, they do not spend a lot of time on massaging the neck. I'm really shocked at that. And in acupuncture school, they only teach like 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3. They only teach 3 acupuncture points on the neck, which I think is really crazy. But I go into way more depth. Okay, so we do that 16 times. Now you're going to click your teeth 32 times. Why 32 times? Because you were born with 32 teeth. You may not have them all right now, but you were definitely born with 32 teeth. So we're going to click our teeth 32 times. Okay, now, some of you have heard of TMJ, which is short for Temporomandibular Joint Syndrome. And what happens when you open your jaw, instead of your jaw opening like this, your jaw will open like this. And it'll close. In other words, it doesn't open straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our jaw. You're going to put your index finger behind the jaw, and your middle finger is going to be next to the tragus. And you're going to rotate your jaw to the right 8 times. And now you're going to rotate it to the left 8 times. My cousins used to call me camel jaw because of the way that I chewed. So don't let any of this embarrass you, because it's not embarrassing me. You want to make sure that your jaw is free and clear to move, because what happens when your jaw gets jammed up, it cuts off blood flow to the brain, and then you get tension headaches, and you get migraine headaches, and then the blood to the pineal gland is short-circuited. So the pineal gland can't do its job. And then the pineal then becomes a stick in the mud for the rest of the body. So we want to make sure that our jaw is free and clear. That relieves a myriad of problems. Okay? Now, quick recap. Smell, vision, thought, hearing, taste, and the last sense is touch. But since we've been doing all this with our hands, we've got it all covered. Now that whole sequence that I just did is 6 minutes. So every morning when you lay in bed, if you do all the things that I just described, then you develop insight, intuition, increase your vision, your hearing, your smelling, your taste, and your touch. All of that comes together. Okay? So that is your morning routine, and that's what you're going to do that's different every day. Okay? Now, what's next? Okay, so what's next is the nighttime routine. Okay? Now, our nighttime routine this is going to be our nighttime routine. So you're going to make a loose fist, and you're going to bang the center of the hip socket 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then this is called the tensor fascia lata, and you're going to bang 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're going to open your hand. You're going to find the head of the fibula, which is that little bone that sticks out, and the center of the palm. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to bang your ankle 8 times. Then you're going to turn around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the center of the palm is going to be over the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then the area around the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then loose fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now with your middle finger in the center of the groin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you got to do that 3 times. So now we're going to do the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I hope you're doing this with me. I'm not doing this just to show you. You have to do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I only did it 2 times on each side, but you need to do it 3 times on each side. And if you do that every night, while you're laying in bed, before you go to sleep, I guarantee you will sleep so much better. Now, another reason why this is very, very important is because if we don't run, bike, skate, swim, ski, dance, jump, climb, if we don't do an hour a day of a mix, a variety of those different movements, what happens? Blood clots form in your legs. And what causes blood clots is plaque. What is plaque? Salt and sugar, dairy and flour, animal fat and fried. That's what causes plaque. And we call that the 6 white devils. Now, what erases plaque? Onions, scallions, garlic, leeks, shallots, and celery. So those are the 5 white saviors plus celery. They erase the plaque. Wow. So anything that causes stickiness, and I forgot, ginger juice. So if you juice ginger and put ginger in your food or your drink, that also erases plaque. Ginger juice and celery juice. Okay? So there you have it. That's the bedtime routine. I showed you the morning routine. And now the last thing is you're going to start in the lower right quadrant of your abdomen. Now, if you're a lady, you have your left hand on the bottom and the right hand on the top. If you're a guy, you have your right hand on the bottom, left hand on the top. So we're going to my right hand, and we're going to go up, across, down, over. And we're going to do 8 concentric circles. Now this is while you are laying down. I'm standing up, but you're laying down. And then we do 8 concentric circles. Concentric meaning smaller and smaller and smaller until we get to the center of the belly button. And then you're going to breathe in and then breathe out. And then you're going to breathe in and then you're going to breathe out. And then you're going to breathe in and then you're going to breathe out. And that concludes your bedtime ritual. Now, that whole thing, banging down the leg, up, bang down the leg, up, make sure you do the groin, and then the 8 concentric circles, and then 3 deep breaths pushing on the belly button. Then you can fall asleep. Now, what is the best position to fall asleep? So you take up a towel, and you put the towel underneath your neck. No pillow. Towel under the neck. Pillow under each elbow, and a bolster under your knees. That puts you in mummy pose, okay? Now, if you sleep on your side, you need a pillow to push your head back into perfect alignment, okay? So that's what you need a pillow for if you sleep on your side. But if you sleep on your back, you don't need a pillow. You need something to support your neck. And that's why we use a towel, a rolled up towel. So I had a Persian mother-in-law who sent me round pillows, which I kept for years. And that's what they sleep on in Persia. And it was the most comfortable way to sleep. Unfortunately, Americans, they don't know enough. Okay, so that is the entire sleep ritual. Now, what precedes that is a hot shower with the pulsating water on your neck. So if you have one of those handheld showers with the pulsing thing, you can go down the outside, you can go on your back, your hips. In fact, you could do some of this in the shower, but it's much better when you're laying down. So the issue for you is the heat brings the blood to the surface of the skin. Now at night, the blood retreats to the core. So if you take a hot shower, the blood comes to the surface, and then as you fall asleep, the blood goes back to the core. Now, what happens at night when the blood's in the core? That is your immune system at work. So there are repair crews there's a dispatcher that sends the repair crew to help broken tissue, torn tissue, bleeding tissue, any kind of injury that you might have done, any overdoing. And even more interestingly enough, your DNA literally falls out of sequence. So imagine you've got a spiral, and in the spiral, you've got different colored bowling balls. And those different bowling balls are your DNA. And there's a particular gene sequence. Now, if you smoke a cigarette, if you drink coffee, if you eat grilled food, if you stay up late, don't get enough rest, don't breathe enough, one of those bowling balls is going to fall off and bounce down to the next level, and that's going to boom, 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 boom. It's going to create a bad sequence. Now, while you're sleeping at night, there's these little guys that go along and repair the gene sequence. You didn't know all that was happening when you go to sleep. So these guys got the Nobel Peace Prize about 8-10 years ago for figuring out exactly how the body repairs itself at night. I think that's fascinating, that your body has a tissue repair mechanism. But what do you do when you go to sleep? First of all, you stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm guilty of that myself. Number 2, I can't drink coffee at night. Why? Because it keeps me wide awake. So I had to stop drinking coffee. I also had to stop drinking wine and beer for that very same reason. Not because it interfered with my functioning, it interfered with my tissue repair while I was sleeping. So, where do you go when you go to sleep? Well, my answer is you go to God. And how do we know that? Well, waking state is called beta. And that's when your brainwave activity is really high. And then, just before you go to sleep, you go into alpha. That's when your breathing slows down. That's when your heart slows down. And then your nervous system starts to relax. And then your brain waves slow down. And you go into theta. And theta is 3 to 5 cycles per second. And then from theta, you go into delta, which is the deep sleep. That's when your brain goes all the way down to 0 or 1. So your brainwave activities are very, very small. And that's when you connect to God. And then you're in theta, hopefully an hour total in the course of your sleep. Then from theta, we go into, from delta, we go into theta, theta go into alpha. We briefly wake up, and then we fall back back asleep.
So it's clockwise on the abdomen.
Yes, everything is clockwise. And then you wake up briefly, the car backfires, and then you fall back asleep. The dog barks, you wake up, you fall back asleep. Your partner turns over, hits you with the elbow, and then you fall back asleep.
And the logo is on the left side. Does that mean we start on the left side?
No, it's clockwise, all right? In the lower right quadrant.
Okay, so I see what it is.
They transpose it in their minds. Okay. So instead of mirroring me, they were trying to do it. Yeah, okay. So where do you go when you go to sleep? You go to God. And when we wake up, when we're in theta, we get the opportunity to alter the subconscious routine that determines our behavior. So I'm going to say that again. Only in theta can we alter the subconscious routine that determines our behavior. So we program ourselves to do or not do. I'm never going to smoke. I'm never going to drink. I'm never going to lose weight. I'm never going to quit smoking. I'm never going to start exercising. And whatever you tell yourself when you're in theta, it anchors it in. And you can alter that with affirmations. And we're going to pick that up in another class. Okay? How much time do we have left?
15 minutes.
Okay. So the next thing we want to do is the body drumming. So we're going to do a couple of dances. And we never got to the Qi cups, but
It's okay.
whatever. I think you got benefit. Like I said, what am I going to do that's different? You got different today. All right. So, body drumming. Drum up your Qi, Qi-Gong drumming. Heart, lung, liver, spleen. Right kidney, left kidney. Jing, Qi. Jing, Qi. Heart. Drum your lungs side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Okay, look at my fingers. Look at my fingers. Lungs side to side. Drum your lungs side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Side to side. Drum your kidneys side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Side to side. Drum your kidneys side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Diamond stump. Diamond stump. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Diamond stump. Drum your thymus. Diamond stump. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Drum your side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Sacral pump. Drum your sacral. Sacral pump. Qi-Gong side to side.
Now drum up your arm. Drum down your arm. Drum up your arm. Drum down your arm. Drum up your arm. Drum down your arm. Switch arms. Drum up your arm. Drum down your arm. Now drum your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drum your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drum your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch your leg. Now drum your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drum your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drum your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now drum your heart. Drum your lung. Drum your heart. Drum your lung. Qi-Gong. spleen. On the left, slap your liver. On the right, slap your spleen. On the left, drum your liver, drum your spleen. Drum your liver, drum your spleen. Drum your liver, drum your spleen. Go on side to side. Now drum your belly, side to side.
Below the belly button. And suffering and death.
Old age, sickness, suffering, and death. Prevention is the only cure. Qi-Gong cultivates my breath to live a drug-free life and more. Asthma,
Allergies, diabetes, heart disease
Qi-Gong is the only cure. Qi-Gong lifestyle
is for me.
so I can
Be paid free and do more.
old age, sickness,
Because suffering and death
prevention
is the only cure.
Qi-Gong cultivates my breath to live a drug-free
A life and more. Asthma, allergies, diabetes, heart disease
Qi-Gong is the only cure. Qi-Gong lifestyle
is for me.
so I can be paid
Free and do more. Pluck your thyroid side to side. Pluck your thyroid side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now pluck your thyroid side to side. Pluck your thyroid side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now poke your pancreas side to side. Poke your pancreas side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now go there and bump. Pump your hip bone. Bone there and bump. Pump your hip bone. Now, adrenals. Now bang your adrenals side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now bang your adrenals side to side. Bang your adrenals side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now, pineal push side to side. Pineal push side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Pineal push side to side. Pineal push. Qi-Gong side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now cranial pump side to side. Cranial pump side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Okay.
Okay, so question here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you best prepare the anti-plaque vegetables? Steamed, juice, sauteed, basically anything. Best preparation.
You cook them.
Just include them in your food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, onions can be raw or cooked. Garlic can be raw or cooked. Leeks can be called, and scallions can be raw or cooked.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't matter. Just get them in. Get them in there. Get them in there. Okay. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this class.
Put Qi-Gong in your game and your life
I really
will
do.
never be the same. Qi-Gong is what I need so that I can breathe.
So,
Qi-Gong is moving slow even though my life is fast. Qi-Gong makes me flow so that I can last. Give healing energy a chance. Express Qi-Gong
Qi-Gong through your dance.
Put your hands on
On
your
your hips. Put your hands on your hips. Side to side, Qi-Gong. Side to side, Qi-Gong. Move to left, side to side. Move to left, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Move to the right, side to side. Move to the right, side to side. Qi-Gong, side to side. Bend your knees and
And dip, spank,
dip.
spank.
Drum your bum, drum your bum, drum your bum. Now roller skate. Dip your hip, roller skate. Dip your hip,
Now roller skate.
dip your hip, roller skate. Dip your hip. Drum your bum, drum your bum, drum your bum, drum your bum.
Now backward skate.
Dip your hip,
Now backward skate.
dip your hip.
Boom.
Side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Harlem shake it to the front. Harlem shake it to the front. Harlem shake it to the front. Shake it to the front. Qi-Gong. Harlem shake it to the front. Harlem shake it to the front. Qi-Gong.
Harlem shake to the rear. Harlem shake to the rear. Qi-Gong. Harlem
Shake it to the rear. Harlem shake it to the rear. Qi-Gong. To the sides.
and bounce
Now
out.
arms to the sides. And bounce now, arms to the sides. And bounce now, arms to the sides. Now bounce now, flying to the sky. Qi-Gong now, flying to the sky. Qi-Gong now, flying to the sky. Now open your heart, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now open your heart, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Open your heart, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Open your heart, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Lift your lungs, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now lift your lungs, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now lift your lungs, side to side. Qi-Gong side to side.
Now loosen your liver.
Side to side. Qi-Gong side to side.
Now loosen your liver.
Side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now loosen your liver.
Side to
Side. Qi-Gong side to side.
Now
Loosen your liver. Side to side. Qi-Gong side to side.
Now rub your belly.
Love your belly. Love your belly. Love your belly.
Now rub your belly.
Love your belly.
Now rub your belly.
Love your belly.
Side to side. Now bend from the waist. Side to side.
Ball of chi in your hand.
Now clean your
Kidneys side to side.
Clean your kidneys.
Side to side.
Qi-Gong. Side to side. Qi-Gong.
Side to side.
Bend
From
from
the waist.
side to side.
Ball of chi in your hand.
Clean your
Kidneys side to side. Clean your kidneys side to side. Qi-Gong side to side. Now clean your spine.
been born. You've been told.
Don't get sick. Don't get old.
Get no sleep.
And do not breathe. It robs you of your inner chi.
Find your joy.
Find your peace. Qi-Gong 7 days a week. Put your gong in your game. And your life will never be the same. Make a change in your life. Give up the vice. Give up the coffee, the smoke, the soda, and give up the coke.
We gotta change
The way we eat,
the way we sleep.
the way we sleep,
Treat each other.
and the way we treat each other.
Qi-Gong.
Qi-Gong.
Make a better life for yourself.
Make a better life. Wow. I hope
Washington said this was the bomb. This was the bomb class.
I hope you really enjoyed this as much as I enjoy teaching you. So each day, lift someone up. Each day, make someone smile. Each day, feed someone. Feed them healthy. Feed them a salad. Feed them soup. Make them something nourishing from you. Feed their mind. Help one person in the morning, one person in the afternoon. If somebody's cold, dig through your closet and find sweaters and coats that you don't wear anymore and give it to somebody. The more love and gratitude you express, the more it comes back to you. We want to express our gratitude to the Most High, Father, Son, Mother, Sky, Grandmother, Ocean, Brother, Earth. Today is Wednesday, Mercury's day, the messenger of the gods. May the chi that we have created here today allow us to stop judging ourselves as we stop judging others. Repeat after me. Chi.
Chi.
So.